Hey guys, Chris here. In this video, we're going to take a first look at official photo and video of the brand new Polestar 5. That is correct, guys. Official photo and video previewing the brand new Polestar 5. I'm so excited for today's topic, what we're going to talk about and what I'm going to show you guys. So if you're new here and you like these types of videos, you know, these diving deep into new EVs, either they're from Polestar, Tesla, Volvo, or other manufacturers, please be sure to drop a thumbs up on the video down below. And also, if you're new here, my name is Chris. I have this channel dedicated to testing EVs. So after this video, I would really appreciate it if you just browse the channel. And if you like the content, my reviews, my driving EVs down to 0% stated charge to see how far you can go on a charge, and also these road trips I do throughout Europe, please consider subscribing to the channel if you like the content and also hitting that notification bell. The Polestar 5 is the first Polestar that fully departs from Volvo when it comes to design and design language. It's previously known as the Polestar PRECEPT, and we're going to get into that a little bit later in this video because I was lucky enough back in September at the auto show in Munich to actually interview and get a private tour of the Polestar PRECEPT by the head of design of Polestar, Max Missoni. Link to that video in the description box down below. That is pretty cool. It will give you much more context to this video. So it's an interview section where I talk to him, interview him, and ask him questions about, well, the car we're talking about today. But he also gives me a private tour of the Polestar PRECEPT, and I give you guys a tour of it. One of the few tours out there on YouTube, actually. So check that video out in the description box down below. But the Polestar brand started with the Polestar 1, which is actually a concept coupe or Volvo concept coupe from way back in 2013, 2014, that was made into the first Polestar, the Polestar 1, the plug-in hybrid with 600 horsepower. And then the Polestar 2 was actually a Volvo concept next to the XC40 concept. So we had the Volvo 40.1 and the Volvo 40.2, the XC40, and then what became the Polestar 2. Though that car, it doesn't look like a Volvo on the interior, it's very Volvo reminiscent on the exterior. But fast forward to now, we have the Polestar PRECEPT, which was the first, own design study or design language diversion of Polestar. And that's what's going to become the Polestar 5. And this is kind of under the radar because nobody was talking about this. This isn't an official announcement, but Polestar have, this YouTube series where they go and dive behind the scenes of the Polestar PRECEPT design and show you guys how things works behind the scenes. So this dropped just yesterday, a few days ago. I think it was like yesterday, 2 days ago. 2 days ago it was dropped. And suddenly there we have it, photos and renders and what looks like to be the production version of the Polestar PRECEPT, or also known as the Polestar 5. So when we look at the photos and the video, you guys can see that the Polestar 5 is a much more production ready and production friendly version of the concept. The concept, the Polestar PRECEPT, like other concepts, is very exaggerated and all the things that won't make it into production. Thankfully, like virtual mirrors and stuff like that. It's terrible. I've driven that in an Audi E-Tron 55. It's the worst thing ever. It can probably work nice, but I'm so glad that when we look at the photos here and videos of the Polestar 5, it has traditional mirrors that look like to be lifted right from the Polestar 2. And we're going to go through some of the things here because as Max Missoni, because I tried asking him in that interview, and if you still haven't seen that, link in the description box down below, I asked him how close is the, before we knew what it was going to be called, the Polestar 5 to the actual PRECEPT. And I'm going to ask you one last question that everybody is dying to know, and that is, when will the Polestar PRECEPT hit market?
Of course you would ask that question, and I'm going to tell you exactly when. No, I'm not going to do that. But what's special with this car is that I don't know if you've seen it, but we have a little YouTube documentary that we're running out of Polestar, yeah, so it's made by us.
And he said it's going to be very close. And judging from photos and videos now, yes, it is very close. It's actually scary close. And this may, be an opinion that not a lot of people have, but I think actually the Polestar 5 looks better, more refined than that PRECEPT concept. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the smaller wheels, less exaggerated lines. It just looks more elegant. and looks pretty nice. So I've just written a few things down here that I noticed, you know, looking through the video and at these photos. And the first thing I noticed is that it's not going to have rear glass. I'm not a huge fan of this. Because the way they're going to fix that is to have, you know, a screen in the mirror and a camera on the back. I don't know, that's not the best solution. So I'm still hoping that there will be a version with actually rear glass. Also, normal mirrors, you can see this from the photos. And also the roof mounted LiDAR sensor that the concept had, the production version does not have. So thanks a lot for that. I mean, that was only showcasing some technology, as you know, Max told me in that interview. And I'm so glad that they made it flush into, you know, the pod that sits up on the windscreen. And also glad that it all sits up there, because like on Volvos and the Polestar 2, all the sensors sit there. So that means when you have snow, when you have bad weather, you can use the windshield wipers to actually clear the snow from the sensors. That is very welcome. And Volvo, you know, adaptive cruise control are one of the few adaptive cruise control systems that will actually work when it's snowing, because it doesn't get snow covered, the sensor in the front, like in other cars when it sits in the grille. And also, yeah, it's very close to the concept. Flush door handles is pretty cool. I do like that design look. And also it has normal doors, where the concept had these suicide doors. This production version, or this preview close to production, has normal doors. So that is very nice. They don't show any of the interior, but from what we can see, you know, of the exterior photos, it's going to be a 4-seater. Will there be a 5-seater version? Hopefully, like with the, you know, Audi E-Tron GT and also the Porsche Taycan, you can have it as a 5-seater option. But it looks like a 4-seater option will probably be standard, or at least an option. And also we can see that there are at least 4 different wheel designs ranging from 20 to 21 inches. So that is pretty awesome. And also a 2024 launch is what we're looking at. And the infotainment system seems to be the 15-inch infotainment system screen that we saw from the Polestar PRECEPT. And also the seats look like the same as the Polestar PRECEPT. And also the digital gauge cluster that should be 12.5 inches, but it's really wide screen. So I was lucky. I'm one of the few people actually here on YouTube who has been lucky to sit inside the actual PRECEPT concept. And the car on the interior and on the exterior is much bigger than something like an Audi e-tron GT or a Porsche Taycan. So I don't think it's actually competing directly, because at least in the rear seats and the front cabin, it's super roomy, where, you know, the Taycan and the e-tron GT are somewhere in between, like a Tesla Model 3 and a Tesla Model S, which is spacious enough. But the Polestar PRECEPT is a huge car, so I hope they shrink it a little bit. It may just be too big for European roads if they keep it at that large, you know, concept car size. But either way, I'm so excited that we're getting to see, you know, this preview, that the thing that looks close to the production version. And I have to say, I think it looks spectacular. And if Max's designs are anything to go by, and modern Volvo designs, he's, you know, responsible for every Volvo after the S90, V90. And these are cars that look pretty in pictures, but in person, yeah, one of the best designs out of modern car industry. Just timeless. And looking, you know, back at like something like the Volvo XC90, where Max came in later, so he has influence there, but he's not the chief designer. That car has aged gracefully. I mean, at this point in time, it's a 7-year design, going on 8 years, and it still looks modern and sleek. All modern Volvos do that. So I can't wait to see this thing in person. So I'm super excited, and hopefully they will reveal it next year, and we'll get our hands on it maybe in a little more than a year, like late 2023 or early 2024. So guys, no, 2022. Oh my God, it's that far away? No, that has to be wrong. 2024 launch? Is it that far away? I don't know, guys. I may be mistaken, but at least let me know what you think about the Polestar 5. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please drop me a thumbs up down below. And for more car content, as always guys, please subscribe. See you guys later, and goodbye.